Message directly from the president, and I quote, "Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks."
The very real threat from President Trump today, weighing a decision whether to strike Iran and bring the U.S. military into the conflict. And thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Connie Leonard. Senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez has been following the latest developments on this. And you join us now, Isaiah. You went to Fort Knox today?
Connie, obviously there I did, and many military connections, families over there, of course. And that is also one of 2 major Army installations here in Kentucky. I talked to people in the nearby Radcliffe community, many, like I said, who have military connections. The general feeling there right now is willing to do what it takes, even if they don't agree.
You can feel the tensions of the soldiers. Everybody's kind of on high alert.
Helen Hicks reflects on the 32 years doing administrative work at the Fort Knox Army Post. She remembers what it's like when tensions around the world rise.
They seem to be doing more training, and I think they get worried about their families, but they know what they signed up for.
She figures there are similar emotions on site now, as President Donald Trump has announced he'll take the next couple weeks to decide whether to get the U.S. military involved in an escalating conflict between Israel and Iran, trading airstrikes each day.
This conflict is kind of going to affect me, I know for sure, if we get involved.
Hicks's grandson, Lucas, who just graduated from North Hardin High School last month, has enlisted in the Kentucky Army National Guard.
And I know that the other people who have gone through more than what I have, for sure, they know exactly what they're getting into as well.
In the last 24 hours, Fort Knox has increased security measures on site, according to their Facebook page. They've also paused their Trusted Traveler program, increasing wait times when entering. Kentucky lawmakers on Capitol Hill asked whether the U.S. military should and will get involved. Republican Congressman Andy Barr of Lexington, who's also running to replace Mitch McConnell in the Senate, had this to say.
I do think the Congress should give this president, this commander-in-chief, whatever authorities that he seeks to assist in the defense of our most strategic ally, the state of Israel.
Senator McConnell himself saying this in a committee hearing for the Army's next budget.
But it's increasingly likely that looming challenges will test us in multiple theaters simultaneously.
I asked Governor Andy Beshear last week in Owensboro whether the U.S. should intervene.
But if we've got a place that can create global stability, we ought to be trying to create that global stability.
No matter what happens, families around Fort Knox are watching the Middle East closely, some anxiously waiting.
I know it's all scary to all of them. It's scary to us as civilians. It has to play, with your emotions.
A Fort Knox spokesperson told us he hasn't heard anything about potential deployments at this time. He says, in fairness, though, they're a highly administrative post compared to Fort Campbell, an Army installation on the Kentucky-Tennessee border. Connie.